Renee Chube Washington's introduction to the state of Indiana came at age 13 when her family moved from Franklin, Louisiana to Gary, Indiana. As she finished her time at Andrean High School, her parents had strong opinions about where she should continue her education.
My parents wanted me to experience life at an HBCU. Until that point, I had never had an African American teacher. I was actively engaged mostly in student government. I enjoyed every single moment of it.
Renee earned her law degree from Georgetown University, a degree that was useful for the opportunities that lay ahead.
It prepares you for whatever it is that you want to do in life. You approach things in I view, a logical way. You know how to problem solve. I learned to understand the importance of relationships. That all made a difference to the other things that I did in life.
Wanting to stay in Washington, D.C. after graduation, Renee took a job with the U.S. Department of Labor.
I worked for administrative appeals judges, which means that I essentially wrote the decisions.
Renee, her husband, and her 6-month-old daughter then moved back to Indianapolis. Her husband went into a private ophthalmology practice with his father, and she took a position in the Indiana Attorney General's office and did contract work for a not-for-profit. But a realization hit when her daughter entered school full-time.
I had to make a tough decision as to if I could stand the fact that she was really going to go to school and then stay there until 6 o'clock when I was able to pick her up, or not. And that became my next 10-year journey, which was as a stay-at-home mom, which was not an easy journey. And that's when I made connections with people in the community, and that changed the trajectory of my life.
Two of Renee's in-laws' friends, Dr. John Joyner and Dr. Daisy Lloyd, saw her desire to still use her skill set and began enlisting her assistance with local organizations like the Links. Those volunteer opportunities led her to the Junior League of Indianapolis.
She's one of those women who are willing to use the knowledge they have professionally in their volunteer roles. She has the ability to make a decision, and she does bring others along with her in the decision-making process.
Renee served as a Junior League officer and then president at a critical time when the organization engaged in the sale of its former headquarters, the Chenal Rao House, to the Children's Museum of Indianapolis.
Renee was the right person at the right time for that. Without Renee leading that whole effort, I'm not sure where the Junior League would be now, and she was at the helm of all the decisions during that process. And it really helped the Junior League to further move into the era that they are in now.
As Renee continued her community work, she also re-entered the workforce with global defense company Northrop Grumman Systems Corporation. Her combination of skills and experience in different sectors shaped her into the perfect fit for her next role, Chief Operating Officer of USA Track and Field.
I needed someone that was incredibly disciplined, had a lot of leadership. It's a nonprofit, so someone who had experience in that area, but primarily someone who could focus on helping me organize and professionalize the business. She was the only person that I intended to hire, and the very first person I hired when I think over the course of time, the organization had become a bit stagnant and needed an injection of energy, accountability, some professionalism. And so Renee built systems. She supported her employees. She's all about professional development and raised the bar. She's a big reason why we've achieved the success that we've had.
Renee wears a lot of hats at USATF. She manages the staff, finance, revenue, high-performance programs, events, marketing and communications, and more. While taking on so many responsibilities can be challenging, she embraces them all.
I do love every part of my job. I wake up every morning and I'm happy to go to work. Our staff is great. We always have problems to solve. Knowing that we make a difference for those athletes that have a dream, that's super important. And at the same time, we have those athletes that are watching those athletes who have the dream so that they can dream. And I love that.
A lot of people talk about ideas, and it's hard to make those things come to life. but she has a unique ability to listen to strategy and then put together those systems operationally to execute. She expects and demands excellence and raises a high standard, but she never makes you feel small.
Renee continues to be widely recognized for making a difference in the business of sport.
Renee has a local, a national, and a global reach and impact, and she serves on committees around the world. She's revered by our colleagues internationally. She has taken a leadership role on gender equity and gender leadership, but what's really interesting is she brings those experiences and that excitement and enthusiasm back to Indianapolis.
Despite a busy professional schedule, Renee continues to prioritize what matters most to her: family, friends, and community involvement with organizations like Spelman College and the Children's Museum of Indianapolis.
Renee makes time for her friends, even though she is busier than most people. Renee is a very giving person, and I know that it is a focus of her to improve the community and to lift other people up.
She is accomplished and she's humble. She is tough, but she's compassionate. And she is also someone who is really committed to what I want to say, the advancement of the human spirit.
Her professional work is just extraordinary, and she is so generous in her time and her spirit. She will be making our community and our state a wonderful place for the rest of her life.